Central, works with Team Bawumia. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Senna.
I hope you're
Good
well.
morning to your cherished listeners
I hope you're
and
well.
viewers. I'm doing very well, my brother.
I guess you know Kwesi Kwachi Sebe.
Yes. I know him from afar.
Okay. He's a member of the Kennedy Japan campaign. He says he expects the candidate you're supporting to just maximum 45%. That's
Oh,
the
that's
best
wishful
he'll be able
thinking.
to do.
That's wishful thinking. Anyway, Senna, tomorrow is just around the corner. And tomorrow by this time, we will all see our smoothness level. And hopefully Dr. Bawumia would be the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
Hopefully.
That's one I'm very certain about.
Hopefully.
Yes, I mean, obviously, we cannot break the heads of people to find out what is in there. But from the scientific data that we have and others have done and I'm privy to, it's a win for Dr. Bawumia.
Why do you think that the delegates will go for Dr. Bawumia?
Firstly, Senna, Dr. Bawumia represents, or let me say, Dr. Bawumia is an embodiment of the vision and the ethos and the hope of the New Patriotic Party and of the UP tradition that our forebears put together. He's come from within the ranks and today has become the leader of the party. Dr. Bawumia is a very competent leader, number one. Very competent, very capable, a very humble human being, a very disciplined leader. I mean, if you've had the opportunity to work with him, his work ethic is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He works like, I don't know the word to use, but he works 24/7. Yes, and he's a human being first and foremost. He may have his own faults, but I believe that his positives far outweigh his negatives, and that the people that are contesting are all good gentlemen or competent people. But amongst the lot, he's a better bet. Number two, he's somebody we have sent him to the general public before. Although we didn't get exactly what we were looking for, which was to win power or retain power, he did a very good showing that I believe that if we have the opportunity to sell him as who he is, what he can bring on the table with the previous government in court.
Hello, Nee.
So it is not that we follow him for following sake. We follow him because we believe in his ability to deliver. That's number one. I believe in his ability to deliver. I believe that he presents the best options for the New Patriotic Party to capture power again in 2028 and form the next government by God's grace on January 2028.
I see. There are those who are on the other campaign teams who will make the point that he's had his chance and he's failed to deliver. And so he should not be given that again. How to respond to that?
Oh, Senna, politics is like keeping wine in a bottle. The longer the wine stays in the bottle, the better it becomes. Selling a candidate to people is not a one-day job. A lot of people know President Akufo-Addo. It took us 3 election cycles to be able to let the people of Ghana buy into him because he may not be flamboyant, he may have other drawbacks that we have to work on. So I believe that when we send Dr. Bawumia again to the people of Ghana, being who he is and a very good learner, he will correct the mistakes of the past and will be able to push him and win power for the New Patriotic Party in 2020. That is ultimately the goal. I mean, other candidates like Kennedy Japan are not bad. I share in some of his ideas when it comes to industrialization and creating jobs for the youth and all that. But he does not embody the NPP that I envisage going into the future from, I mean, as a young person.
Explain that.
Because I mean, I listen to him. I listen to his utterances. I listen to some of the things he said in the past, some of his thought process. I've had the opportunity of working with him in Parliament, so I can evaluate him from a different perspective as well. It's not just about popularism. It's not about being popular. It's not just about winning the election. Beyond winning the election, governance is also another important part of it, because that is, at the end of the day, what will turn our aspirations into reality. I don't believe that he has what it takes to govern. Governance, it's a completely different ballgame, because I keep telling people it's like when you go in for election, it's like going to look for a girl or a wife. When you are courting a woman, it's a different ballgame. But when you are in a marriage, it's also a different ballgame. Kennedy may be good at courting us to win power, but when we get into the marriage, or when we get into power, the governance is another sphere that I don't believe that he has what it takes. And I don't want to give too many examples, but I can give. There are several things. There are times that you take action with all the vigor and all that, and at the end of the day, really and truly realize that there was no, excuse my French, thinking before the action on several occasions. So even the words that you spew in public are not words that I think, or I believe, a leader should spew in public. You may spew them in public, private settings with your friends, but not in public. On a national platform and all that. So I don't see him as an embodiment of somebody who has that emotional intelligence to run the state called Ghana. Ghana's role in the affairs of the world is not limited to MPP NDC in Ghana. No, Ghana is the beacon for Africa. Ghana is the star of Africa. This is Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, in quotes. And I don't see that Kennedy Japan has what it takes to wear the shoes of Kwame Nkrumah as compared to Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. And that is why I think Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia must be given the nod to continue to lead the New Patriotic Party and fight for power into the second half of the 21st century.
Two issues that raises. First one, Kennedy Japan has never stopped talking to us about the fact that he's a big businessman, someone who has many businesses. He's made a lot of money from business. If he can run many companies at once, why don't you have belief that he can do same for Ghana?
So, Senna, the skill set that you need to run a business is not the same skill set that you need to run a state. That's number one. So let me give you an example. Somebody like J.A. Kufo was not a fantastic businessman, but he was a good statesman. He could run the state. Okay, and today we speak highly of him. They said Kufo couldn't even run a brick factory, but Kufo did all the things that we talk about: NHIS, free maternity, school feeding. I can go on and some of the infrastructure that we see today. He wasn't a businessman. He wasn't a successful big businessman. No, a business you can always throw away. In quotes, you can start a business, it can fail, you can dispose of it and start another one the next morning. But governance is about your life and my life, our future, the future of our unborn children, the future of our grandchildren, the future of the African race. It is not about who runs a successful cold store. My grandmother used to run a cold store. She was uneducated. It doesn't mean she qualifies to be the president of Ghana. No, it is beyond that. So being the skill set, and you don't have to go far. Look at Donald Trump and the fiasco he has made America. He's made of himself in America. Look at Donald Trump. He's a fantastic businessman, but he's a failure when it comes to international relations and politics and running America and the interest of America. In my opinion, that's my opinion. It's the same thing. So the skill set that you need to run a business, it's not the same skill set that you need to take decisions of life and death when it comes to running the state. Some of the decisions are life and death. Some of the decisions that presidents must take will put people's lives at risk. I don't want a president who will take an action and then 3 weeks down the line come back and say, I'm sorry, when the damage has been done, and some of the damages will be irreversible or cannot be fixed. You cannot retract your steps. So there are two different skill sets, Fena,
I see.
of what it takes to run a state and what it takes to run a business. There are two different things. And I don't think that, yes, Kennedy may have the skill set to run a business, but may not necessarily have the skill set to run the state. I can give you an example from other jurisdictions. Philippines, they had this president called Estrada. He was a blow man on TV. You know, like when you say blow man, when you watch a movie, he was like Rambo. He was winning all the wars on TV. Like he was a movie actor. And because of that, he was able to sell himself, became popular, won the presidency, and was a fiasco. So it is not about popularity. It's not about popularity. It's not about maybe popularity in another sphere of life. But governance is about your life and my life. People have been able to transform their society, and we're never businessmen. Lee Kuan Yew and Co. and Mahathir and Co. They were not businessmen, but they had what it takes to run the state. Deng Xiaoping, he wasn't a businessman, but they had what it takes: the emotional intelligence, the capacity, the ability to even discern and know when to say what and not what, when not to say what. It's a skill set that I don't believe Honorable Kennedy Japan has. Beyond that, he's a fantastic person. He's my senior colleague. He's helped me in several ways. I mean, I grew up in Tema with him. I know him. He knows me very well. So it doesn't mean that we are not friends. No. But when it comes to governing Ghana and running Ghana, I think the set that is out there today, Honorable Kennedy Japan himself, Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Brian Champong, and the rest, Dr. Bawumia stands tall, and that we should give him the opportunity to continue from tomorrow.
I see.
Hopefully, push him in to give NDC a good run for their money in 2028.
In 2016, he was a poster boy. There was a lot said about him and his capacity to run an economy. When we're confronted with crisis, one of the things that we note was that he became an IT expert, among others. The suggestions are he is not a man who takes responsibility for failure. He is not proven his capacity, even with the one thing that they say he can do when it comes to the management of the economy. How do you respond to those which have become obvious to the public?
So it will be far-fetched to say so, that he had become an IT expert and he had abandoned the economy and all that. No. All the successes that we are living off today, I just came from him. The fact that today you can pick your phone and send money to your grandmother in Hohoi or in Beijing or in Zima or wherever, it's a testament to the good work that Dr. Bawumia put in.
But Momo came before he came into power.
I can say that he's been the most effective vice president we've ever had as a people. He may not have achieved all the things that we promised to achieve. There were difficulties that we all now today attest to. People in government today attest to that. Yes, we have external factors that affected our economy, and we took some hard decisions that were not necessarily popular. But it doesn't the fact that he has been the most effective vice president that we've ever had. And when given the nod, we'll be able to push forward or push Ghana forward. I mean, Rome was not built in a day. The ideas are not in one person's head. He has his own mistakes. He has his own drawbacks. But I believe that he has what it takes to lead the NPP to win power in 2028 and get the NPP to govern and govern well.
Interesting. The one about Momo there, it was not from Dr. Bawumia. Momo predicts Dr. Bawumia interoperability. He admits that there was a structure in place to do interoperability. No, but Ghana card has always been there for a while, for a long time, since Kufuor.
That's a fact.
Yes.
But Anyway, Senna, I have to leave you now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
was
you
in
very
a
much.
meeting and I have to run out.
Thank you very much, as
Thank
always.
you so much to your listeners and your viewers.
Nino HANSON NORTEY is Ex-Tema Central Member of Parliament joining us on the line. Of course, we'll continue the conversations on what will happen tomorrow. Will continue.
The constitution of the great NDC requires that we undertake a reorganization of our party this year, 2026. The last time we did this was 2022. So 4 years on, it's time again to go. Now, this process will provide the opportunity for executives at the branch, constituency, regional, and national levels to return to the grassroots to renew their mandate or for